I will just present it briefly, the project in English for the ones that are listening online. So migrations, media and activisms in Portuguese language, as Professor Madalena Oliveira spoke before, is already a kind of activism because we want to work on activisms in Portuguese language. We cannot work on all activism. So we focus on the people that speak, feel, act in Portuguese language. And this involves all a world because it's the project focus in Portugal. But Portugal is also a diverse country and where we have fortunately very diverse people and when thinking about this project we thought mainly about the what some authors call post-colonial migrations, so the migration from the former Portuguese colonies, namely from Angola, Brazil, Cape Verde, São Tomé, Guiné, Bissau, Mozambique, Timor-Leste, etc. So we will focus mainly on the migrants from these communities, but we are open to all kind of migrations, even cultural migrations, and also our project focus on the persons that, without being migrants, persons that due to their color of skin or other characteristics are seen as migrant, despite being Portuguese. So we will focus also on racialized groups, racialized communities, and activisms in general. Can you pass? This is the team. It is a multidisciplinary team. Almost all have a migration background. And this so is both multidisciplinary and international. In this project, we aim to fill the gap in the scientific research about narratives on migration circulating within the public spheres in Portuguese language by adopting a situated and intersectional approach, namely the intersection between race, ethnicity, gender, class, in view of the multi-layers identities and recent societal transformations, not only in Portugal, but beyond. It comprises interconnected tasks which aim to analyze media content and assess the way symbolic deboarding process occur in the Portuguese public sphere, as well in media production, and how different social actors contribute to this process. When we speak about media productions, we are not speaking only in digital media or press. We are speaking also in cinema, and the details of these different tasks will be presented later by my colleagues. We choose using action research approach and we aim to develop some decolonial interventions. The project in our context is pioneer in studying decolonial activisms and combine a mixed research program. And MediaMigraActs propose to contribute to greater visibility of persons who occupy a place of authority in Portuguese national context. When I speak about places, persons that occupy a place of authority, I'm thinking about migrant communities, but also racialized groups, namely Black persons, Asian persons, so-called gypsum persons, etc. Different groups that now fight actively to be recognized in their citizenship in Portugal. And as agents of transformation of Portuguese society. So basically, we aim to enable researchers, teachers, journalists, artists, and civil society actors to engage with each other constructively and directly contribute to the decolonization of journalism and communication studies, and embracing diversity as a tool for fostering social transformations and creating more inclusive and justice societies. We already spoke about the objectives. So briefly, we want to fill the gaps on the research on migration narratives circulating Portuguese in the public sphere in Portuguese language. We also want to increase the visibility of migrants as active agents in social transformation, and we want to foster relationships between researchers, professors, journalists, artists, and civil society in general, and to contribute to the decolonization of the studies of journalism and communication studies. You can pass. We count with a fantastic advisor board. Some of them are here today with us, and we thank you very much. So Manuel Chaparro is here. He came from the University of Malaga, and Giovanna Leone is also here. She comes from University of Sapienza, Rome, Italy, and some of the other members of the advisor board are with us online. Thank you very much. So we also have in this advisor board Diana Andringa, Fabio Malini, Fernando Gonçalves, who is already there to the first panel, Laura Licata, Olga Bailey, and Christian Matla, that will be in the second panel this afternoon. The project is structured in three tasks, in three empirical tasks. In a total, there is 6 working package. You can pass. So, besides the project coordination, where I'm together with Isabel Macedo as co-PI, and the task of theoretical integration, we have the task of digital media that is coordinated by Carla Cerqueira, the task of migrant activism that is coordinated by Ana Cristina Pereira, the task about diasporic cinema coordinated by Isabel Macedo, and the dissemination and communication is coordinated by Alberto Sá. So, and lastly, I want to say that all these tasks will be presented in detail in our second panel at the beginning of this afternoon. And I want by now to thank you all again, special the support of SEX, and also I want to thank Create Lab, that was the that is a kind of creative agency where some of our students collaborate, and they created the visual identity of our project. And I want to thank Marta Alves as coordinator of the Created Lab, because her and her team, they arrived to this image that I think is translate our struggle. It is a struggle that we feel in our skin, in our flesh, and it's hard. Sometimes we feel like they are stretching us, and but we hope that this difficult struggle that is hard, if we do it together, we will contribute to decolonize knowledge, we will contribute to decolonize our media landscapes, but also world landscapes, and the way we live our daily lives. So thank you all for being here, either in person or online.